What is going on, people of the universe? I am VENOM, and welcome to Raising Vibrations podcast. Now, with that being said, I created some content for you guys while I was in the park across the street from where I reside. I'm not in that particular park tonight. I'm actually down the street from my house, across the street from a Walgreens, and this one particular parking lot. I won't name what's in the parking lot or whatever, but just know it's a legit parking lot where I'm recording this content. I want to get more in depth in regard to what happened at the park when I was interrupted. I believe it was the day before yesterday when I uploaded that content. I'm not going to get into that right now because there's other things that I want to focus on. But I do want to get into that in a little bit. I did take notes tonight because my ass is highly ADHD and I will forget some shit real quick. But we'll remember the whole lyrics to a Janet Jackson album or some shit that came out in 1982 or some, you know what I'm saying? So if y'all ADHD, I'm pretty sure y'all can highly relate to what I'm just, what I'm specifying here. Anyway, you guys, I do know that when I was recording content or an episode for you guys when I was in the park that particular night, I looked up at my car clock and it said 12:55 p.m. or a.m. And I do know this for a fact because I went over that episode, if I'm not mistaken, and I did say something about it's 12:55 a.m. confirmation for something that I was speaking about. I went a little further and went on YouTube to get some notes in regard to the angelic number 12:55, and I want to share them with you guys. So 1 second as I turn on the light in my car. So 12:55 angelic number. Digit 1 signifies new beginnings, leadership, and taking the initiative. I've told you guys on several occasions that I am an addict. My drug of choice is methamphetamine, unfortunately. But regardless of anything, regardless if I'm using or not, I'm still taking the initiative to better my life, and I'm working on several different projects, including this podcast and my social media platforms and whatever else I'm deciding to work on. I'm not my addiction. I'm just going to put it that way. I'm several other things, and I'm proving this to the world, and so can you. So don't allow your addiction to hinder you in regard to what you truly want to do. In spiritual terms, it represents individuality and in forging a unique path. I think that I'm unique from a lot of bitches in this world. I know that God has created a unique individual when he has created me. And speaking of God, I wrote something down and I was going through some emotions and I was thinking about God and just a lot of other different things that I have been going through. And I was very tearful and just excited at the fact that I have God on my team. But anyway, in a nutshell, I wrote, God knew what he was doing with me when he created me. I just did not know what I was doing with myself. And I sat down on the only piece of furniture that I really have in my apartment to really sit on, aside from my air mattress in this cot, is my futon in the living room. And I tried to hold it back, but in my head, I was thinking I was a celebrity accepting an award, trying to fight back tears and shit. So I ended up just allowing myself to break down a tinge. And I'm just in awe at the fact that God knew exactly what to do when he created me. But the fact that I just don't know what to do with myself in regard to all this powerful creation that God created, it just really upsetted me because God did create one unique person when he created me. I have my own unique looks. I have a very unique name that no one else has. I'm not afraid to rock certain hairstyles. I stand out because I'm tall as hell. I stand out in a lot of different ways. I live differently from a lot of different people. I just vibrate at a whole different level or a whole different frequency than a lot of bitches that roam this world. And that alone says that God created one unique individual when he created VENOM. And the fact that I'm walking my own unique path and not walking the path of a lot of others in this world says a lot about me and the person that I am. So anyway, digit 2 represents balance and harmony. It urges us to find peace and duality, fostering cooperation and partnerships. Digit 5 resonates with change and transformation. I feel that I am changing in a lot of different ways. For instance, when I was living as a woman in Las Vegas, I did not realize that I was transforming. I'm not going to say back into a man, because I've always been a man, regardless if I was putting on wigs or not and had titties or whatever else the case may be due to hormones. I would always be a man. You can't change anatomy. But anyway, I knew that I was changing back into myself, so to speak. And I didn't fight that change. I allowed that change to happen. And before I knew it, I was pretty much living back comfortable as myself, as the VENOM, instead of Taisha or Oceana or whatever other name that I decided to use during that particular time in my life. Anyway, I see certain changes happening within me, and I was watching this YouTube video in regard to a crystalline body, and I was so in awe with that video that I want to share it with you guys, and I'll get more into that a little later if I have time, or if time permits. Anyway, so it encourages us to embrace life shifts and adapt to new experiences. Now let's calculate the numbers 1, 2, 5, and 5 step by step. 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 5, you guys, equals 13, which breaks down to digit 4. Angel number 1255, once reduced to 4, signifies stability, building solid foundations, and practicality. It suggests that I'm building a secure platform for my life's journey, which I am. I have a mother to take care of, which is in her late 60s. I have a brother. According to the Bible, I am my brother's keeper. I have my brother to look out for, and myself. Whatever friends that I do have, which I don't have many, I have to look out for as well. So I have a job to do, and I also have half of the motherfucking world to look after, considering my spiritual contract. So I have a lot of work to do in regard to this realm. Anyway, but that's far from it. Let's dive even deeper into the spiritual and biblical meaning of the angelic number 1255. So let me turn the page. Biblical insights. Isaiah 41 verse 10 reads, "Fear not, because I am with you, but not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This verse aligns with the sense of security and stability represented by the number 4. Proverbs 4 verse 25 says, "Let your eyes look directly forward and your gaze be straight before you." I believe that this verse was talking to me when I was recording that episode in the park, when that individuals walked up to my car and I didn't even notice them. I was so in tune with speaking to you guys and keeping my eyes on the prize, so to speak, that I did not notice any of the motherfuckers walking up to my car. They could have robbed me or whatever the case may be, but not, popping my collar, or anything like that, but popping my collar. I'm divinely favored. So considering all of the stuff that I could have gotten into that God did not allow me to get into, he was not going to allow me to be, hurt or whatever in that park. They were just curious to know what was going on. Now, I will get more into that in a little bit, but just a second. So this verse reminds us of the importance to remain focused and staying on our chosen path. Now, that's exactly what I was doing. I was remaining focused and staying on my chosen path. And that's when they walked up to my car in curiosity and was asking me questions. I'll let you guys know what those questions were, or whatever the case may be, here in a little bit. So let me turn the page. So, staying on our chosen path, a theme closely related to the number 1, synchronicity in love and relationships. Now, let's explore how angel number 1255 influences matters of the heart. In the realm of love and relationships, this number is powerful. It's a powerful sign of transformation. As I said, I feel like I am transforming into a crystalline body, considering the changes of the world and whatever else the case may be. So it may indicate a period of change within your partnership, urging you and your partner to adapt to new circumstances. Embrace this new change with open hearts, as it can lead to growth and a deeper connection, overcoming challenges posed by angel number 1255. Okay, let me see if that is it or if I have more to read. Okay, here are some recommendations and tips to navigate this spiritual journey. Tips to navigate this spiritual journey. Yes. Okay, so anyway, embrace change. Instead of resisting change, embrace it. Welcome it with open arms. Understand that change is a natural part of life's cycle, and it often leads to personal growth. Sorry, you guys, I'm in the car reading this. And enlightenment. Find balance. With the influence of the number 2, seek harmony in your relationships. Communication and cooperation are key to maintaining a balanced and loving connection. Stay focused. The number 1 encourages us to remain steadfast in our goals. Don't be deterred by distractions. For instance, when those individuals walked up to my car, I was not distracted by them at all, because I kept my eyes straight and my gaze forward, and I just was not thinking about what people were doing on the peripheral aspects of my car or my eyes or whatever. Don't be deterred. I just said that. The 1255 synchronicity, with its profound numerological and spiritual meanings, invites us to embrace change. So I am going to embrace this change that I have coming up in regard to myself and methamphetamine. I know that once I get rid of methamphetamine out of my life for good, that change is going to blossom into a lot of blessings. It's just a matter of me getting rid of the devil's drug and the devil once and for all. So seek balance and solid foundations in our lives as we navigate the twists and turns of our journey. We can find strength and guidance in the synchronicity of this powerful number. Remember, when you encounter angelic number 1255, it's not just some random coincidence. It's a message from the universe guiding us toward a brighter future. So embrace it, and I am embracing it. So anyway, this particular angelic number comes from the YouTube channel Synchronicity. So if you guys are into angelic numbers, or if you are seeing these synchronicities in regard to certain numbers in your life, feel free to go to YouTube and check out the channel Synchronicity. So anyway, back to the guy that walked up to my vehicle that particular night that I was recording an episode for you guys. I don't know this person, but I have seen them on several of occasions at the park and at a particular convenience store down the street from my house. When we do see each other, it's usually drug induced, so I'm surprised that they weren't under the influence that particular day that I seen them. Anyway, I believe that they were very, very curious in regard to what I was doing, because I was parked there first. Not that it don't matter who was parked there first. I can shoot content or an episode wherever the fuck I want to, as long as it's legit, and it was legit at that damn park. They were just very curious in regard to what I was doing, because they seen that, I guess they seen the recording thing through the reflection of the mirror of my car. And that drew them to curiosity. They also asked me, what I was doing, and they weren't being an asshole about it, but they were like, oh, what are you doing? And I'm just like, I'm recording from my podcast, basically not thinking about y'all. If I was thinking about y'all, I would have seen y'all walking up to my car and I would have stopped recording and whatever else a long time ago. I was not thinking about y'all. My eyes were straight forward and my gaze was forward. And I was not thinking about anything on the peripheral aspects of me or my car or my eyes, so to speak. And anyway, they were like, well, where's your microphone? My microphone is right here, boo. Sweetie, my microphone is right here. And if you think that I'm working for the cops or whatever the case may be, y'all would have been arrested a long time ago. So this is what I think that they were thinking, that I was in cahoots with the cops or whatever. Remember, I don't know what drug of choice that they're on, but I won't lie. I did party with them on several of occasions, and I do know that methamphetamine is a part of their ritual, so to speak. So I do know that they party in that aspect. But this person, as I said, they weren't high or anything like that. And in fact, I won't even lie, I asked them if they had anything, just to test them as they were testing me. And so they, I'm like, I'm not recording, I'm just like, I'm not recording at all. And I showed them that I wasn't recording. And, they kind of looked at the other person that was standing behind my car. I don't know if they were getting my license plates or what. Not concerned about that, because I have a lot of dirt on you motherfuckers as well. So if it needs to get down to that, we can get to the nitty gritty and we can spill dirt all day long if that's the case. But I don't think they want to take it that route. But anyway, after I asked them that, they looked at the other person and I'm like, well, you want to smoke? And so they were like, no, I smiled and kind of walked away or whatever. So it's just like, don't test me if you don't want to be tested. But anyway, let me see. I wrote down some more notes in regards to that particular night. But I asked him because I would say there's an RV involved, and there's a lot of people, not a lot of people, but there's quite a few people that, frequent this RV. So I asked, who was all over there, and they were like, pretty much everybody. I don't give a fuck who everybody is. If y'all think that I am recording y'all or, oozing in on y'all conversation or whatever to give notes to the police or whatever, then that is y'all suspicions or low vibrations, just put it that way. But no, I tested them just like they were testing me, and they didn't seem like they wanted to be tested, and neither did I. So don't come up to my car randomly, trying to see what I'm doing, because it has nothing to do with you guys. As I said, I'm recording for my podcast, trying to raise the vibrations of this universe, not lower them. Anyway, let me see. I wrote down some notes in regards to other stuff. So, synchronicities and angelic numbers. I honestly don't know when I started seeing angelic numbers. I do know that angelic numbers have been a part of my life congenital. It just took me a lot of trials and or tribulations in regard to life's test to start seeing those particular synchronicities. I do believe that it started in Las Vegas, where the devil's drug pretty much was introduced to me in Las Vegas. I do believe that a lot of my spiritual path happened there. Let me see. I wrote down some notes. I was living as a woman at this particular time, and I was still, on methamphetamine. And I was seeing a counselor or a therapist by the name of Nancy. I don't know her last name. I want to say Marcy Bowers, but Marcy Bowers is a transgendered surgeon that resides, she used to reside in Trinidad, Colorado. I don't know if she still resides there or not, but the last time that I checked any information in regard to Marcy Bowers, she was still residing in Trinidad, Colorado. But anyway, Nancy, I can't think of her last name, was my counselor or therapist at that particular time. And I know that we used to have some very heartfelt conversations with each other. And one of the heartfelt conversations was our parents and how we feel like they're not in tune with our lives. And methamphetamine, well, of course, was a topic of conversation. And just that lifestyle just being so lonely. And I remember Nancy brought up the fact that it's very lonely because we were talking about something and it just became quiet amongst the both of us. And I looked at Nancy looked at me, and she was like, it's a pretty lonely life, isn't it? Or something to that, paraphrasing, something close to that. And I just broke down. And I remember I just broke the fuck down. And I believe somewhere around there is where I became enlightened. It was I know that using methamphetamine had a lot to do with it, but I know that I was seeing Nancy, and I became enlightened when I was seeing her. I became enlightened on ample of occasions, just put it that way, during the course of my Vegas days. I became very enlightened, but I truly became enlightened when I was seeing that particular therapist by the name of Nancy, if I'm not mistaken, in Las Vegas, Nevada. Let me see what other notes I have for you guys. The change, so to speak. I was living as a woman, as I told you guys, and I used to like to dress a particular way, which is hoochie, sluttish, fast, ratchet, mannish, whatever name that you want to call it, prostitute-ish, if that's the name. But that's how I like to dress. But I broke out so bad from doing methamphetamine that also was a part of that change when I changed back to myself, or converted back to myself. I did not want to cover up. I wanted to show skin, because this is what I thought women did. They showed skin. They showed their belly buttons. They showed cleavage. They showed booty cheeks. You know, this is how I thought women dressed, and that's how I wanted to dress when I was living as a woman. But when I broke out really bad on my shoulders and stuff like that, that was another thing that deterred me from dressing as a woman, aside from the fact that I felt like Cinderella and needed to be at the house before 12 a damn clock or some shit, before people woke up and see me out and about. There was a lot of reasons why I stopped dressing as a woman, and thank God I did, because I'm very happy and comfortable within the skin that God pretty much created me to be in. Anyway, let me see what else I wrote down for you guys. But the synchronicities, I do honestly believe I started seeing angelic numbers when I was seeing Nancy in Las Vegas, Nevada. I've seen several counselors and or therapists while residing in Las Vegas, Nevada. One of them, I can't think of their name, is probably a good thing, but she was or is a lesbian, and I resonated with her all the way up until she told me that she never done a drug in her life, and she never popped any pills or anything like that, and she rarely takes an aspirin to soothe a headache. And right then and there, I'm just like, I can't resonate with you. And I believe that I, cut ties with that particular therapist, because I could no longer resonate with them after they told me they never done a drug in their life. So basically, you are going by the books, which I don't mind. Go by the books. But if you have never walked in a mile in my shoes, then who are you to preach to me about any motherfucking thing regarding what them books say about my damn addiction, when you don't even know what the fuck I've been going through? You don't know how it feels to sit on the couch or lie on the couch weeks and days at a time, sometimes months at a time, being in a funk because you relapse. You don't know what it feels like to come down off of methamphetamine. You don't know the rush of being on methamphetamine. You don't know how sexual methamphetamine makes individuals. You don't know how paranoid methamphetamine makes. You don't know anything about this motherfucking drug, because you are going by the motherfucking books and not by experience. And I could not relate to whatever that child's name is anymore. But let me see what else. I mean, have you guys ever had experiences like that where you've had therapists in your life and you guys clicked, but they told you one or two things about themselves that all of a sudden it was just like, I can't do it with you no more. And I'm not trying to be a bitch, but I'm just being real. You know, when they told me that they did not ever take a drug in their life, more or less an aspirin or whatever, to soothe a headache, I'm just like, what the fuck am I here for? You know, telling you my business. Shit. But anyway, I want to share before I get out of here. Hold on 1 second, you guys. I'm going through my notes. But anyway, I want you guys to share with me, when did you start seeing synchronicities in regard to angelic numbers? As I said, it's congenital to me in regard to seeing these particular synchronicities, but it took me some hard times in order for me to sit back and really see these particular numbers for what they are, and know that they are guiding me for the better and not for the worse. And I promise you, every time I almost missed 1222. It's 1223 right now. I looked up and it's 1223. I almost missed it. But my phone's timing is 1221, so I really didn't miss it. It will be 1222 here in a second. So regardless of the point, I'm still guided by angelic numbers 1224, 1223, and soon to be 1222. See, this is what I mean, you guys. I am so in tune with these angelic numbers now that every time I see an angelic number, I'm quick to go to YouTube or, you know, my DuckDuckGoose search engine at 1222 and look these numbers up, because I am curious to know what they mean, and the fact that they're guiding me. Where are you guys guiding me to? You know, where are you taking me to? I'm curious to know this. So please let me know if you have started seeing this, like, you know, during your high school days, or, you know, just don't be afraid. I'm here to talk with you guys and read your comments and things like that. So share with me, when did you guys started seeing angel numbers? Maybe you were going through your own drug addiction, or, you know, maybe you were a prostitute or something, and shit, you turned that last trick for the last time because you seen a synchronicity in regard to an angelic number, and you looked into it and it spoke to you, and you said the hell with sucking dick and whatever, and giving up my cootie cat and my ding ding, you know, because there are male prostitutes out there too, you know, and, you know, y'all just said the hell with that lifestyle, and you gave it all up because you seen synchronicities that spoke to you. I want to know your stories, just like I'm telling you my story. I want to know your stories too. It's your stories that keep me going, just as well as my stories that keep you all going. Anyway, I guess I'll end it here, and we'll talk more about synchronicities at another time. But I also want you guys to follow me on my social media platforms as well, because I show me being followed by angelic numbers. Now, a lot of you probably are followed by angelic numbers and have probably filmed your experience and uploaded it for the world. I don't give a damn about that. We're talking about me and my experiences. So anyway, I was followed by angelic numbers, and I recorded I don't know how many angelic numbers, you know, and uploaded them on my YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest platform. And I'm going to be talking about them even more on my Podbean platform as well, and other platforms that I have, because these numbers are speaking volumes to me, and they're speaking volumes to a lot of you guys, but a lot of y'all are afraid of them and y'all are ignoring them. And don't ignore these numbers, because they're talking to you for a reason. Anyway, the crystalline body, I was talking to you guys about that earlier. I want you guys to check out the YouTube platform by the name Shielded Mind. And the name of the episode that I was talking to you about in regard to the crystalline body is They Think You Are Sick. That is the title of that particular video. They think you are sick, and you are not. After looking and viewing and reading, because I do think that they have some things that you can read on this video. Maybe closed captioning is what you need in order to, view the video. But it's very interesting, this whole world and what is going through vibrational wise, and how we need to embrace frequency wise. And this is why and how the crystalline body comes into play. I find it so fucking interesting that I'm sharing it with you guys. So remember, if you want to know a little bit more about the crystalline body and what we chosen ones are going through, because I've been tired, extremely tired lately. I did not know that we could be chose to go to spiritual battle while we're sleeping. And this explains why I received a bunch of different scars on my body throughout my life, because I've been going through spiritual battles and not even knowing it. Anyway, let's see here. So my social media platforms are Walking in My Shoes 222 exclamation point. Easier said than done. At the Abnormal Chosen 144 Abnorm 5 YouTube. That's my YouTube platform. That's my YouTube platform information. VENOM 1 is my Snapchat information. Heyoka Lightworker 2222 is my Instagram platform information. Heyoka is spelled Heyyoka. That is my Instagram information. And the Venomous One Stinger 2222 is my Pinterest platform information. And I still have over 1.6k followers on that platform, and I haven't even done anything on my Pinterest platform in who knows how long. So I'm trying to convert over those particular followers on those platforms to convert over to my Podbean platform as well. So I have about maybe 300 and some followers on my Instagram platform, a handful of followers on my Snapchat platform, because I'm not really on there, and I have about 74 followers on my YouTube platform. So I need to get more on that platform. But anyway, you guys, I'm going to end this particular content. I'm going to address it and go home, upload it, and go from there. So don't forget, you guys, if you're going through your own DUI situation or whatever the case may be, everything will be okay. And especially if you fuck with me, I'm spiritually divine and spiritually favored, spiritually divine, spiritually catered to, and spiritually the shit. So if you fuck with me, you are spiritually protected. Just put it that way. So anyway, I am the host of this particular platform, and I go by VENOM. Thank you guys for embracing my podcast with your energies. I really do appreciate it. And until then, I will upload another episode accordingly. I'm also going to be working on my platform as well, and a website that goes with my Podbean platform. So I have a lot to do, you guys. But just be patient with me, as you guys are, and you guys will see the subtle changes as they occur. All right, you guys, namaste, and have a good, blessed night. Bye-bye.